In a certain village called Amafuru, there lived a very beautiful young lady called Amanda. She was so beautiful that many boys tried to sleep with her. Her mother, Obiageli, on seeing many boys making advances at her daughter, became so uncomfortable and she began to warn her daughter.
Never give in to any of these boys or fall for their tricks. It is better to hustle and make money yourself than to allow these boys to sleep with you for money or for any other reason. They will laugh at you behind your back and tarnish your image. It is better to work and provide for yourself. If you depend on these boys for money now, when they are no longer there to give you money, you might not be able to provide for yourself.
Amanda nodded in agreement to her mother's advice. But one evening, Obiageli fell sick. Amanda was so confused and frustrated. She was scared of losing her mother because they had no money to buy drugs or treat her mother's ailments. She called her aunt, Chinenye, who was her mother's younger sister. She was married and resided in the city, but her aunt told her that she had no money at the moment to send for her mother's treatment. Amanda decided to start doing some farm works and some other menial jobs for people in order to get money and provide for her mother's medical bills. One Monday morning, Amanda left home to go to work on a client's farm, leaving her mother all alone at home. Obiageli's condition worsened and she began to call for help, groaning in pain. But no one was around to help her or hear her groans of pain. That same day, towards evening, Amanda was already done with her job for the day. She came back to the house looking so happy because she was paid well for the work that she did. She went into her mother's room to call on her mother and share the good news with her. She wanted to tell her mother that she had already gotten the drugs with the money she was paid from the farm job that she did. Amanda met her mother lying down on the bed, motionless. She went towards her mother and held her hands, only to find out that they were cold. She tried lifting up her mother's arm and they fell on their own. Amanda tried so hard not to believe what her head was giving her. She shook her mother vigorously and realized that her mother had died. Amanda fell on the ground and cried out in so much pain and agony. She could not control her emotions. People heard her cry and gathered around their house and discovered that Obiageli, her mother, was dead. They immediately alerted Obiageli's younger sister, Chinenye, who lived in the city. It took only a few hours. Chinenye arrived in the village with her husband, Okeke. And because they had no money, they decided that it was best to just bury Obiageli that same day. After they had buried Amanda's mother, Chinenye asked Amanda to follow her to the city because she was hurting so much due to the death of her mother and may end up harming herself. The next day, as they were about to leave the village, Amanda was so heartbroken but decided to go with her mother's sister to the city. A few weeks into staying with her aunt, Mr. Okeke, her aunt's husband, began to notice Amanda's curves. Though she was still 19 years old, she looked beautiful and had a beautiful body shape. He couldn't take his eyes off Amanda's body, and so he decided